Welcome back to the Perks Recap Podcast. It is time to preview Week 15. Hopefully you guys checked out the review of Week 14 that we just did. A lot of good information in there, a lot of good insight. With me is Al, of course, as he is with every single week, but also with us this week is Brandon. He was on the previous podcast. He's very knowledgeable. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's probably going to kill us in these picks. We'll see how that goes. But Al, Brandon, are you guys ready for Week 15?
Yes, sir.
Ready to rock.
Okay, Al usually hosts this in terms of just kind of moving us along to the games. So, Al, take it away.
All right. By the way, a little bonus baseball news. I don't know if you saw this, Craig. Well, since we've been on, Pete Alonso signed with the Orioles.
Did he really?
Wow.
Oh, I can't wait to go on the fan. That's going to be amazing.
Dude, they're gonna be losing their minds.
They lost their mind last night with the Diaz news, and all they kept saying was after they lost Diaz was they better not lose Alonso.
Well, the polar bear has migrated south.
What was it? Do you know what the contract details are in terms of years?
5 years, $155 million.
Well, that's why he went, because they were not willing to go 5 years. That's the whole thing. The Mets wanted him for 3 or 4.
Yeah. So, yep. Yeah. You want the polar bear, you got to go long term.
5 years.
Yeah, just give him an extra year, man. I understand these 10-year contracts, not wanting to get 10 years, but you're talking about 1 year. I would have done it.
5 years, 155, you said?
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. How about that, man? So there's a little bonus baseball for everybody before we launch into Week 15. So here we go. We are done with the buys. That is it. Everybody's starting their fantasy playoffs in Week 15.
Yes.
And big fun. And Thursday nighter this week, we have Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Craig, take it away.
Well, Tampa Bay's banged up, as we've been saying. It looks like Evans might be back, so then they're not really nearly as banged up as they were. But I think Baker is banged up. He did not look good, did not play well. But having said all that, they're still better than Atlanta. Atlanta looks like complete dog crap. I am done picking them against anybody the rest of the year probably. So I'm going Tampa Bay. They're at home as well. They should win this game. If they don't win this game, they're way worse off than I'm thinking. I got 26-16 Tampa.
26. Okay. Yeah. When you were talking, I was looking up who was starting for the Falcons, and it's still Kirk Cousins for some reason. Yeah, I'm going to go Bucks 28-24. Same reasons. Bucks have lost a lot lately, but I just think they have more talent, and Atlanta's just playing terribly, so I'm going with the Bucks.
Right on. And before I forget, Craig, do you want to give Joe's score?
Oh, yeah. Joe also is going with the Bucks. He has a close one, 24-20.
Okay. I understand the closeness of the way Tampa Bay's playing.
Brandon's just as close, 4 points as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually have the Atlanta covering if you're looking at lines. But yeah, Bucks win, but it's kind of a close game.
Right on. I can totally see that. I am taking Tampa Bay 27. Check this out, Craig. 27-16.
Oh, 1 point off.
Yeah. We're always so close, or a lot of times anyway. This I agree with what you said, Craig. If they lose to the Falcons, then I'm reassessing the entire Tampa Bay season. But I still think they're good enough. Mike Evans, it looks like he's definitely playing this week from what I looked up. I didn't even realize it until you said that, and I looked it up, and it looks like he is all but a lock to play. So that's huge. I'm taking Tampa Bay here 27-16.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to Sunday at 1. We have, what do you do with this one? Especially after the last couple, what happened 2 weeks ago. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Brandon, you want to take it first this time?
Yeah, Baltimore at Cincinnati. I think that this is one that the Bengals could easily win, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. I'm going to go with another high-scoring affair, 34-31. I'm going to say that the Ravens finally do a little something on offense. That they Bengals were able to take the Ravens out of the game a couple of weeks ago. Bengals still are pretty bad on defense, as we've seen. This is a must-win game for the Ravens. I think at the end of the year, I think the Ravens and Steelers will be competing for the division win. Both pretty bad teams, so I'm going with the Ravens here.
Okay,
Right on.
I agree with everything you said there. Oh, by the way, for the upset pick, whenever the game comes up that you don't officially pick it, but you think that team can win the upset one, just let us know that that's the upset pick. Like if you were picking Baltimore, but Cincinnati was the upset pick, that you would just say during our review of the game.
Okay, don't believe I'm going with them officially for this one, but
Okay. All right. Anyway, I liked what I saw from Cincinnati and Buffalo. Burrow looked like Burrow. I did not like what I've been seeing from Baltimore. And Cincinnati's at home. I'm picking the Bengals. I know it's that's they're the underdog for some reason. Well, I guess it is valid that they're the underdog, but I'm picking them. I'm picking them 32-27, another high scoring game as well. But I just really liked what I saw last week from Cincinnati. 32-27, and Joe agrees. He picked Cincinnati as well, 31-24.
Fascinating. Who thought we'd be here? So yeah, listen, I am. There were a good handful of very difficult games to
Yes,
pick
there
this week.
was.
yeah.
And that's been a theme all year. I mean, usually, Brandon, we talked about this. Craig and I have all season. Well, once we got to about week 4 to 6 in that zone, how usually the season fleshes out somewhere in that first month or two, and you kind of get a lot of gimme games the rest of the year. It's not happening this year. It's blowing my mind how difficult this season is to pick so many games. I mean, we should know who Baltimore and Cincinnati are at this point in the season, and I don't feel like I do. So very tough to pick. I'm taking, and listen, Joe Burrow, since he came back, he's played 2 games and he smoked the Ravens in Baltimore 32-14 and hung with Buffalo in Buffalo 34-39. So I'm taking the damn Bengals.
In the snow, too.
In the snow, I'm taking the Bengals. I don't feel super confident about it, but I'm going to do it. And I think I picked the exact score you did, Brandon, 34-30, but I'm going Bengals instead of Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, 2 weeks ago, I kind of picked the Ravens in my own head, or my own picks pool, I guess I should say, because it's like, all right, this is a must-win game for the Ravens. We're back here again, but Cincy has looked like they want to win each one of these games. So I agree with you guys. It could be a toss-up either way. I just happen to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, we all have close games here. Nobody's got more than a 4-point game.
Yeah. Nobody's going to be stunned whoever wins.
Right. Yeah.
Brandon, did you have 34-30 or 34-31?
It was 34-31 officially.
Right. Okay.
Right there.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Moving on. We got, I don't even want to talk about this team, my team, the Raiders at the Eagles. Craig.
It's a get-right game, obviously. I mean, if you're playing poorly, the best recipe, the best prescription is play the Raiders.
Yeah.
So Philadelphia's at home. They obviously need this. They need to stop the slide. So I'm picking Philadelphia, of course, to win this game. I said before that I think the Raiders are playing the worst of any team in football, but I really don't like that Philadelphia defense or offense. So I'm not giving them a ton of points because I don't know if they can score a ton of points on anybody at this point until I see it. So I'm going 20-13.
Totally reasonable. Yep.
Philadelphia. Joe is going 23-16 Philadelphia.
Okay. Brandon?
So, I'm kind of right there with you guys. Philadelphia, I think, definitely takes the victory for maybe no other reason than I don't know who's playing quarterback for Raiders. I don't know if Geno Smith's coming back after that shoulder. Even if he is, you don't feel confident in them, especially against the Philadelphia defense that's been playing pretty well. I've got Philadelphia 23-3. I don't think the Raiders even get a touchdown in this game.
Love it. I like your choice, Brandon. Yeah, listen, if the Eagles don't win this game,
Well, then
would
it's
be,
over. Then they might as well just stop playing.
yeah, that's exactly. I mean, this would be an absolute mind blower. They're at home. They're against, I agree with you that they're playing worse than any team in football right now. It's a shame because Pete Carroll's illustrious career is going to end with a one and done with the Raiders. It's a shame, but because I always liked Pete a lot, but this team is an absolute train wreck, even more so than the Eagles by far, and that's saying something after last week. So I am picking the Eagles, and I'm picking them 23-9.
Yeah, I probably gave too much credit to Vegas giving them 13. But anyway,
that's not crazy at all. I mean, 13 is I like Brandon's the best, but any of them would work for me. All right, moving on. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the Houston Texans. Brandon.
All right, so this is another one that I think is kind of just a good defense going against a offense that's struggling. They're not too bad, but they're definitely not where they should be and kind of banged up. So I'm going Houston 23-12 over the Cardinals.
Right on. Greg.
all right. Yeah, Houston's playing well. Their defense is really, really playing well, and I think it's gonna if they could shut down Kansas City the way they did, and shut down some of these other teams, and plus all the way they're playing. Who's the defensive guy who's just like wrecking the games? I can't. I never can think of
Houston. The defensive end.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Witherspoon? No. No, that's Will. Well, whatever.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, with him, he's really playing like better than he was at the beginning of the year, and he's really coming on. I don't think Arizona gets off the mat here. I have 27-7 Houston.
Right on.
Joe has 34-18. I don't know, 34. Houston's offense, I mean, unless they get some defensive touchdowns. But regardless, he has them 34-18, Houston as well. I'm assuming, Al, you're going to go Houston as well, right?
That's a solid assumption, Craig. Yes. I'm going to pick some upsets this week, but this is not one of them. No chance. There's not a whole, I mean, like you said in the last pod that of the big three defenses right now, I think we seem to all be in agreement on are the Texans, the Seahawks, and the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you, Craig, that the Texans are the best of those three. And so I'm taking Texans. I'm taking them big too, man. I don't know why I'm having them score so many points, but I think I'm going with it, man, because I think everything's starting to come together for them, and I'm going 31-13 Texans.
Nice. I like
it. Could be some defensive points too in that one.
Yes.
It could definitely be like a pick 6 or 2.
Yeah, maybe a Will Anderson strip sack.
Yeah, fumble return.
Yeah. All right, moving on to this is you questioned me on a theory of mine in the last pod, Craig, and it's going to directly relate to this game, and you're going to get your answer. That is the Chargers at the Chiefs.
The theory that he's referring to is last week he said if the Chiefs lose to Houston, he was done picking them against good teams.
That's exactly correct.
So, we'll get to him in a second. I am subscribing to that theory. I'm done picking the Chiefs against good teams. I have a very close game here. The Chargers are not world beaters by any means, but they're coming off a big win. I know it's on the road, but it is also a division game. I'm going Chargers 28-26, and put the death nail in the coffin of Kansas City. Not that it wasn't already there, but now this really cements it. 28-26, close game. Chargers. Joe, you know he's always like Kansas City. He always kind of stays with them, and he's got Kansas City 20-17. Another close one, but he's going the other way.
Okay. Brandon?
Unfortunately, I'm in the boat of Joe and Al, which you usually are in. I think the Chiefs win this game. I've got it 26-21. It's a tough one, man. It's just the Chiefs absolutely they needed last week's game, obviously. They needed the week before's game, but this one, they need this game probably for their entire legacy. So I'm picking the Chiefs in this one.
Right on. And the answer to the question you posed to me, Craig, is that I am a liar.
Didn't look at the schedule.
Yep, I did not look at the schedule, and I did not realize they were going to play a team with a quarterback with one hand who just barely squeaked by an Eagles team that played the worst game of football you'll ever see a team play. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to do it. And like I've said in the past, mostly involving Steelers games, Craig, I would like you to reach your long arm from Connecticut and punch me in the face in Pennsylvania if the Chargers win this game.
Okay, so what's the score?
And check this out. Nod to Joe, 2017 Chiefs.
Oh, my goodness, exactly the same pick.
Isn't that funny?
All right, I'm the lone wolf on the Charger Island here. That's okay.
And it's not crazy or even close to crazy. It's absolutely makes sense 100%. All right, moving on. Man, game of the week territory right here, man. At least on paper, this is the one I want to watch more than anything, I think. There's two games, actually. Nope, there's three. There's a lot of good games. Okay, I'm stammering, but this is an awesome game. Buffalo at New England. Cannot wait for this one. What do you think? Brandon.
All right. This might be my most surprising pick of the entire show because I don't have this game as a particularly great game. I think the Bills win this 31-20. I think this is a statement game from the Bills saying we are the cream of the crop in the AFC East. We're taking the division back. I just feel like Josh Allen's playing very well. I feel like the team finally is in sync for the first time all year. I'm going with the Bills. Big.
Love it. Craig?
All right. Well, I keep doubting New England, and they're at home, but I think Buffalo has to return the favor, beat them at home because New England beat Buffalo in Buffalo. And I think Josh Allen still has that Superman cape on, and he's not taking it off. And he's going to pull this one out very close, 23-21. Buffalo gets the win.
Love it.
Joe, on the same page, Buffalo 31-27. We have a hard time on this channel really, really accepting New England as the best team in the league because of that schedule. But once again, like when they played Tampa Bay and you said they got to beat a good team, if they win this game, it's going to be very hard to not take them very, very seriously for like serious contention to go all the way.
I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah. They if they beat the Bills the way the Bills are playing right now, I will immediately drop every doubt that I've had and consider them the best team in the AFC and the most dangerous team going into the playoffs. It will prove a lot. Fascinating to me that we have 4 people picking games this week and not one of us picked New England because I am taking the Bills also. I'm making it close. I'm making it 26-24 Bills. I'm really curious to see how the Patriots we didn't mention the Patriots in the best defenses in the league, but they've been very good. I mean, I'm not making a case to put them in over any of those top 3 we mentioned, but they're right outside there hovering around. And if they can keep this Bills team to like 24 points or less, that says a lot. But I still think the Bills are a stronger team. I'm going to pick Buffalo 26-24, but I'm making the Patriots my upset pick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Got that down. All right. Perfect.
Okay. Moving on from an outstanding game to a less stimulating game. It'll be the Jets at the Jaguars. Craig.
Jaguars 30-9.
Love it.
They're playing so well. The Jets are a train wreck. They're probably playing that rookie. They got nothing going on offense. There's no reason to think they're going to go on the road to Jacksonville, who is playing so well, the best they've been playing all year. And I have confidence in them again. I hope they don't, disappoint me. That would be really annoying because they have in the past. But I'm going Jacksonville 30-9. This should be a train wreck. They should just roll right through them.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I've got Jacksonville 33-13. Kind of a trend on here when I don't know who's really playing quarterback. It kind of makes it tough, especially if they're not that great anyway. I just don't think they can get anything going really against the Jags defense. So I've got the Jags big.
Right on. And Craig, Joe's score?
Oh, Joe, also Jacksonville 27-13.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'm not going to belabor the point on this one. Jacksonville 30-16.
Yeah, this would be one of the biggest stunners of the year if the Jets win this game.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right. Moving on to not the barn burner of the week, but definitely interest in this room. Washington at the New York Giants.
Now, Brandon, you haven't had a chance yet to talk about your Giants. So why don't you talk about the Giants in general and then get to the game?
Absolutely.
What is there to say? I mean, look, I think the Giants, this is one of the weirder seasons for me because I think the Giants have a lot of talent. It might not show all the time, and I think that the secondary and some of the other parts of the team really still need a lot of work. But when you blow leads in the fourth quarter of like 10 points, like a good 5 games or so, you have some talent. It's just a lot of coaching and some guys kind of quitting on the team now. With them being like 2-10.
Yep.
So I think the Giants have a decent future as long as they can make a good head coaching hire, and they'll be picking pretty high in the draft so they can get another talent there. But as far as this season, this was just a terrible. This was just like the season, the season from hell almost.
Yeah, the team has been searching for offensive line help forever. Do you think they've actually settled it in a little bit? Their offensive line is not terrible anymore. It's not even close to terrible. I saw, again, those rankings that don't mean a whole lot. I saw some of them ranking the Giants O-line over the Eagles O-line at number 14 or 15, the Eagles at 16. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say
No.
it's definitely improved.
That is one of the weirdest parts of the season is the team has lost this many games and the offensive line isn't really the reason why they have lost, whereas in the past it was. I like Jackson Dart. I think he's good. I think he's with another year of experience and hopefully learning to slide a little bit more. I think he'll be. I think he has a pretty bright future. I like Cam Scatterboo, some running backs and everything, and obviously Malik Neighbors. He has to stay healthy. Guys probably need to add another receiver, but in general, I think the team is decent. Once they kind of have a softer schedule. The Giants, every single team they've played this year has had a winning record except for New Orleans. So it's just been a weird season. I think they might be better next year. I don't think they're going to be winning the division or anything, but I think
If they get healthy, just have Neighbors back healthy all year, Scatterboo healthy all year, Dart healthy all year, just on those three alone, 3 young, exciting players, and, a good draft, you're going to have a high pick in the draft, and a good, hiring a good coach. Yeah,
regime change. Yeah,
could be like a 500 team at minimum, or around there.
Yeah, got potential. As far as my pick, I am actually going to go with the Giants for no other reason than they're at home and coming off a bye. As we kind of established in the last pod, picking bad teams on the road is kind of a bad recipe. Washington's running game is really that great. That's the Giants' weakness. I'm going with the Giants 28-21.
Right on. Craig?
Yeah, I'm going against that philosophy, and I'll probably be wrong. I actually went Washington 21-18. I gotta think that they want to respond after whatever that was last week in Minnesota. I mean, if Daniels plays, I'm a little more confident, but even with Mariota, I still think they've played pretty well. He's played pretty well overall when he's come in. So whichever one of them is in there, I think they could pull it off 21-18. But I would not at all be surprised if the Giants win this one. But I'm going Washington.
And Craig, just so our listeners know, and you know, in case I don't think it sounds like it's going to change your mind or anything, but Jaden Daniels has been ruled out.
Okay. Like I said, Mariota has not been playing all that bad.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay.
Oh,
So,
and Joe also is on your side, Brandon. Giants, but he picked the same score as me. I picked Washington 21-18. He picked the Giants 21-18.
oh, nice. That's funny. Love it. Okay. So yeah, listen, I'm with the Giant contingent on this one. I'm going to take the Giants 28-23. The Giants, what a crazy year. I mean, they legitimately could have won like 5 more games.
Yeah.
I mean, They were so close to winning so many games this year. It's wild.
There was the game where there was like 95% chance of winning, and then they would lost. The
yeah, because they were up like 11 with like 9 minutes left. Or, just crazy stuff. That Broncos game,
There were games against a number, Denver, Green Bay, Detroit. These were all good teams. They could have beat any of them. They had leads in the second half of all those games. So
yeah, it's weird because I'm so used to the Giants. I've gotten used to the Giants just being awful for the last run here ever since Daboll's first season. After that, when he led them to a nice record that first year. But it's weird for me to say with this horrible record they have and the fact they've lost, I think, 8 or 9 in a row. But they are much better than their record indicates. They really are. And I think the Commanders are every bit as bad as their record indicates. So I'm just going to take the Giants. Neither of them are world beaters, but I'm going to take the Giants being at home, and I'm taking them 28-23. And I'd like to say this, and if you guys want to comment on it, please feel free. I think it's absolutely fascinating right now, the state of the quarterback in the division. I mean, Dak is clearly the best quarterback. And then after that, you have the absolutely fascinating case of Jalen Hurts, which is just fascinating. I'm not looking to get into that hardcore right now. We could spend half an hour talking about what you want to make of him with 2 Super Bowl appearances, a Super Bowl MVP, and wildly up and down regular season performances. But what I do want to talk about right now is that you have 2 other really promising, Jaden Daniels was unbelievable his rookie season. Jackson Dart has shown some real potential. I mean, he's been really good ever since he walked in. But they are 2 of the most injury-prone quarterbacks I've seen in quite some time. And it's fascinating to me keeping an eye on this moving forward because you have 2 guys with all the potential in the world to be great and 2 guys that early in their career can't stay on the field.
Yeah, they're 2 young guys. You hope that they'll be able to figure out a way to play differently, but then it's like, are they as special as they are right now if they do in fact make some changes? So it'll be interesting to see where the careers go of both guys because both guys I think have a ton of talent.
Yeah.
Right there with you on that. Craig, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I totally agree. They are both really young and exciting. And I said about the Giants, they have a trio now. It's like the triplets. If they can all stay healthy. At different points of the year, all 3 of them miss games and sometimes miss the same game when they had no shot. So it's all about health for both of them. But if you get 16 or 17 games out of those 2, I think you're going to see something special out of both of them.
Yeah, I can't wait to see because it's a fun youth, lots of talent.
And Al could be a pain right in our ass too, though.
No doubt. Absolutely. It's funny because I thought Jaden Daniels was going to be a thorn in their side for a decade minimum, and year one playoffs, made it to the second round, and year two they are one of the worst teams in the league, and Jaden Daniels has played like 6 games or whatever it is. So I mean, you never know with this stuff. I can't wait to see what happens moving forward. I hope they both figure out how to stay healthy and they can all decide it on the field.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, moving on. The last 1 o'clocker, Cleveland at Chicago. Who do we have up here? Craig.
Okay, this one is pretty cut and dry, I think. Chicago coming off a game they lost to Detroit, or to Green Bay. But again, like we talked about it in the Out of the Pod, they didn't embarrass themselves or anything. They didn't get crushed. They were right in the game. There's no reason to think they don't get right back to it and continue their good season with a good record against a team that just lost to Tennessee. Cleveland just lost to Tennessee, and they're on the road coming to Chicago. I can't see any scenario where this works out for Cleveland. I have 23-10 Chicago over Cleveland.
Okay. And Joe?
Joe has 20-14 Chicago.
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm right there with Joe. I have 20-13. I think Bears win kind of a grinded out game. I think Cleveland hasn't been playing too bad. I think they make it a little bit tougher for the Bears, but the Bears end up pulling it out.
Right on. Wow, we're very of like mind here on this one. I have another grinder, 19-12 Bears.
All right.
Nice.
That finishes up the 1 o'clock.
And by the way, the Myles Garrett sack record watch is on, and I believe he has 19 now. I'm almost positive that's the right number.
He got 1 last week, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So he is, what is that? He's 2.5 away from tying, 3 from breaking the record. So this is fascinating. It looked like a lock 3 weeks ago after that three or 4 sack game he had. It's getting close now. So I can't wait to see if he pulls it off or not. It's going to be interesting. And Caleb Williams is a tough guy to do it against. So we'll see.
Yep.
Do you think we'll see a Brett Favre, was it Brett Favre lay down for Strahan on the last sack?
I love it, man.
Like that.
It's one of my favorite things to talk about because it was just it put a stink on what shouldn't have had a stink on it. It's not. I always say it, nothing against Strahan. It was Favre being a moron.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I kind of want to see the record broken just to erase that from the books, even though it's, again, nothing against Strahan. It's not on him. I love it. All right. Moving on to the 4 o'clockers. Interesting game here. Interesting game. The Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. As you know, I picked Carolina higher than anybody at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, credit to you, too.
Yeah, because they're playing pretty well. They're right there with Tampa in terms of that division. I think they're a game behind, whatever it is. But you gotta keep up here. You gotta, if you want to make a claim at that division and have a chance, you can't lose to the Saints, even on the road. And I know it's a division game, but also a division win is important in these kind of tie-breaking scenarios. So Carolina, in my opinion, really needs this one. And I think they're going to get it. I have 24-17 Carolina. Joe has no faith, man. Joe has no faith. He's going New Orleans 24-21.
Wow. I love it. Joe has one of those at least a week, and I love it, man.
Real quick. I missed it. I'm sorry. Joe's upset pick is Cleveland over Chicago.
Oh, wow. Good one, man.
Okay.
He picked Chicago officially, but his upset pick is Cleveland.
He doesn't make us wonder if it's an upset or not. I love
it. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, for this one, he's going to New Orleans.
Love it.
All right. Surprisingly, I'm not making this my upset pick, but I'm going Saints as well, 21-18.
Wow, I love it. 2 people on the Saints. It's great. And it's not shocking to me. It's just fascinating the Panthers season this year. Please go ahead. Sorry.
No, I like the way the Saints have been playing. Shug to me is starting to play better. Carolina, as you said, it's tough to figure them out week to week. They came out and they just played with so much energy against the Rams a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if they can continue that. And I think this is their identity. I think they're just an inconsistent team. I'm going with the Saints.
Right on. Love it. Love it. All right. Yeah, this was for a team, if you just looked at their records, and told me that Carolina was only going to be a 2.5-point favorite even on the road, I would be like, that doesn't add up. But when you look at the way the Panthers season is gone and the feeling around the Saints right now, even though they're freaking 3-10, but it feels like they found something maybe in Chuck, at least a little hope there, even if it's not definite yet. And they're moving in a positive direction. And Carolina is one of the shakiest teams over 500 in the league. I understand 2 out of 4 of us picking them, but I'm picking the Panthers. I'm picking them 20-14. I'm making it close because I don't fully believe either, but I'm going to go Panthers 2014.
Okay. That's going to be an interesting one. 2-2.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. All right. Moving on. We have 2 games coming up in a row now that are potential games of the week and really fun. Whew. This is going to be fun, man. These are going to be good ones to watch, good ones to talk about. First one, we'll do Detroit at the Rams.
Woo. Detroit is playing so well. They've really seemed like they've righted the ship. They were inconsistent early in the year. Both, coordinators leaving, I think had a hand in that. And I think now they've kind of settled into the new guys. They settled in well, obviously, and they're obviously a good team anyway. They're so talented. But the Rams, I was describing them as a juggernaut before, and then they lose to Carolina, which was baffling. They kind of got back on the shit last week. I don't know if I can still classify them as a juggernaut, but I still think they're the best team in the NFC. I don't think I'm going to pick anybody in the NFC to beat them, especially at home. So I have the Rams 27-21 in a good one. Joe has 34-27 in a high-scoring one, and he has the Rams as well. But would not shock me in any way, shape, or form if Detroit wins this one. But I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the perennial MVP. Stafford right now is the MVP.
No doubt. No doubt. Brandon?
Yeah, for the reason you just said, Craig, I'm going with the Rams 36-34. I'm going to make this my think the Lions have a chance game because I really think that this is a last possession type game.
So
Whoever has the ball last, I think this is going to be a shootout. Their defenses have played well, but I really think this is one of those games where it's just 2 good offenses going up against each other and just going back and forth until the last team has the ball and makes a play.
So your upset pick's Detroit. Perfect. But your
Love
real
it.
pick is the Rams. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually, Brandon, we are really close to being on the exact same page here. I might have picked, I would like to have had to have picked this game if it was in Detroit because it would have been a lot tougher to pick. I think I might have gone Detroit here if it was in Detroit, which is hard to pick against the Rams right now, but I think I might have done it, especially the way, Detroit played last week. But it's not in Detroit. It's a moot point. And, so I'm taking the Rams and very close to your score, Brandon. I'm taking them 38-34 in also a 1 possession game and probably coming down to the last, whoever has the ball last.
I tell you what, if any of our scores are right, these are going to be good, fun games.
I hope, man. This has all the makings of just an absolutely top-notch regular season football game.
This 4 o'clock window is definitely going to be fun for sure.
Oh man, yeah. I wish they could have moved one of these games to prime time.
Yeah, they flexed. What was it? They flexed one next week, I think, right? To Sunday night.
Yes.
So they should have. In this case, they should have done something like that. But
I wish. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's awesome game number 1. Awesome game number 2. Green Bay at Denver in an absolutely fascinating matchup. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Brandon, take it away.
okay, this is my actual upset pick. I'm going Broncos 2014. I think that the Packers just get stymied by the Broncos defense. I think, as we said, I think Jordan Love's playing really well. But this is just one of those games. I feel like Denver's getting a little bit disrespected, even though they're on a 10-game win streak. Um, and I just think that they take this game. They prove that they're the number one seed in the AFC, at least right now. And this is just a statement win from them.
What was the score you wanted?
2014
Broncos.
Broncos.
Well, for a lot of the things you just said, I am in agreement. I think Denver's getting a little disrespected, and everybody's loving what Green Bay's doing, and I am too. But I don't want to pick them on the road. If this was in Green Bay, I probably would pick Green Bay. I think these are close. This is going to be a close game. These are close teams, so I'm simply going with the home team. I'm going with Denver as well, but in another close one, 22-20, because I do think it's going to be a defensive game. I don't think Green Bay is going to be able to move too much on Denver's defense, that really good defense. And Green Bay's defense isn't there with the elite, but they're playing a lot better. So I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. So 22-20. Denver.
The Broncos are 2.5-point underdogs, right?
Correct.
Or at least that's what I saw. Okay. Yeah. I think that this should be pretty more even because the Broncos are at home too, right? So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that's a disrespectful line.
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Joe, now they're the underdog, and we're talking about how they're being disrespected, but Green Bay is playing so well. Right now we're 3 for 3. Joe is also going Denver 24-20. I had 22
Wow.
to 20. He has 24-20.
Man, that is absolutely wild. It was a little bit of an eyebrow raiser for me when I looked up this line. I was thinking it was going to be one of those home team by 1.5 spreads.
Maybe a pick 'em.
Yeah, but yeah, Green Bay getting a ton of respect in this game, and I get it, I do. But we're going to go 4 for 4, guys. I thought for sure there would be some split opinions on this one, but no. I'm also taking Denver, and I'm doing it super close because I will not be surprised with any outcome in this game unless it's a super high-scoring affair. That would surprise me. I'm going Denver 21-20.
Ooh.
Ooh. Nice.
We all pick low-scoring games, too.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would surprise me is a high-scoring game. Now, if this game is in the 30s for both teams, I'll be pretty stunned. Other than that, nothing's going to surprise me as far as who wins.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. Now, probably should have saved those two for last, but I didn't. So the last 4:00 game is Tennessee going to San Francisco. Craig.
Well, Tennessee stinks. I know they beat Cleveland, but they're, what are they, 2-12, whatever the hell they are, 2 wins, right?
I have it.
I think they just won. I think they're three wins. I think now, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
2-11. Yeah, they only had 1 win before that win, so that just.
Okay, so that is 2 wins. Okay.
And it also moved them to 3rd in the draft order, so that win cost them a lot.
Yeah, because the Giants are now the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, I have San Francisco. Obviously, I think that's obvious. They're at home against a 2-win team. 26-13. I think McCaffrey has a nice day here. I don't think there's anything that you can point to that would make me think Tennessee is going to win this game. San Francisco 26-23. Joe has it, or 26-13, sorry. And Joe has it 30-17 San Francisco.
Okay, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm lockstep with you guys. I have it a little bit closer. I have the Niners 20-10. I think that Christian McCaffrey is basically going to win that game himself, is what I see. No reason to really pick Tennessee winning this, although I think they are playing a little bit better. So I've got 20-10.
Right on. That all makes sense to me. Yeah, I got San Fran too. I'm not going to belabor the point. Nice for San Fran. They got Purdy back a couple weeks ago. Then they got a bye week. So you got to think he's as close to fully healthy as he's been. So I see a pretty solid win for San Fran here, 33-20. I'm giving Tennessee some points here because they just torched a pretty good Browns defense. But I don't see them winning against a good team or even close. 33-20, 49ers.
Okay.
All right, man. And Craig, you're taking this one first. It is the Sunday Nighter.
Well,
The Vikings.
I think you missed the game.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did?
which one?
Yeah, Colts Seahawks.
Oh, crap. I didn't even write it down. Holy crap. I didn't even pick it. Go ahead and take it. I'll pick it in the meantime. I forgot all about it. That's one of the best games of the week, too. I don't know how I missed it.
It would have been one of the best games.
It would have been. It would have been.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's just, now it's a Colts team that is absolutely reeling. They've lost like 4 in a row or 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5, something like that. Now Daniel Jones is going. We don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. I guess maybe Brett Rippon. That's not going to do well against that Seattle defense, especially on the road. No scenario I can see where this will be another stunner if the Colts win this game, especially Seattle's on such a roll. 27-17 Seahawks. Joe has 31-16 Seahawks.
Ha! I'm going to jump in real quick, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm going to jump in real quick because I'm sorry to go out of order here, but I just have to say this real quick. So I forgot to write that game down. I added it after you reminded me. Thank you, Craig. And before you said what Joe's score was, I wrote down Seattle 31-16.
Wow.
Exactly. That's the second time you enjoy the exact same score.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Sorry about that. Brandon, take it away.
No problem. Yeah, it's as I said before, this is crazy that this is the highest line of the week after how the seasons have gone.
Yes.
But I do believe Seattle wins this. I believe they win this big. If some way we see Phillip Rivers, I believe that Phillip Rivers has more kids than the Colts will points. I'm going Seattle 26. 26-9.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now here's the real question, Brandon and Craig. Does Phillip Rivers have more kids than Jason Pierre-Paul has fingers?
Yes.
He does. Yes.
He's got
Yes, I believe he has 10 kids.
He's got 8. Right? He has 8, and Pierre-Paul has 7 fingers.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
Okay, now we can go on to the Sunday night game that should have been flexed out.
Yes. And this should be either Green Bay, Denver, or Detroit, LA. But what we have is still an interesting game. It's Minnesota coming off their best performance of the season, probably, or at least one of them for sure, at your Cowboys. Craig, you take this one first.
Well, I was a lot more confident in this game before last week. I was thinking, well, at least we'll win this game because Minnesota was playing so poorly. I don't know what that was last week, but I can't pick it to happen again or believe it until it does, unless they come out and just house Dallas too. But I don't know if that's on the table. Dallas plays really well at home. I don't know if they've lost a game at home yet this year. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
They're 4-1.
They're 4-1 at home. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys. Not confident in it at all, but I'm going Dallas 23. Hang on. 30-23.
Right. Craig, I have to step away for a minute, so feel free. Let me give you my score real quick, and then take over if you get to the Monday Nighter. I'm taking Dallas 35-24, and I'm going to step out for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I've got Cowboys convincingly as well, 28-17. I think the offense gets back on track. I think J.J. McCarthy falls back to earth. As you said, I do not believe that the Vikings will be able to replicate that performance. I think they're just playing a bad team.
I agree. Sorry. What was the score? 28-17?
28-17, yep.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, I hope we're right. Obviously as a Cowboys fan, keep the slim hopes alive. I tell you what, though, if Minnesota did figure something out and they win this game, that changes a lot of things.
It does, yeah.
At least for me, picking them and picking against them. Do you remember what Al's score was for Dallas? 35-20? I don't remember.
I think it was 24, but I was not 100% on that.
I'll ask him when he comes back.
To get it when he gets back. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. And we're going to go to the Monday night game, which also probably should have been flexed out.
Yep.
That's Pittsburgh at home against Miami. Why don't you go first?
Okay. As you probably remember from the preview pod that we did, I picked Dolphins big. It didn't quite go that, to do well this year. It didn't quite go that way, at least in the beginning of the year. But I can't quit the Dolphins, man. I think I've got the Dolphins 23-17 over the Steelers. As discussed previously, I believe that the Baltimore and Pittsburgh at the end of the year will be fighting for who is slightly better than the other, but still pretty terrible. I think the Dolphins are playing better. I like that they found their offensive identity. So I've got the Fins 23-17 on this one.
All right, I'm very close to your score, but I'm going the other way, actually. I'm going Pittsburgh because why not? I don't know. 23-20. They're at home.
Yeah.
Miami is very up and down. I don't know exactly what to make of them, although they're playing pretty well the last few weeks, and Pittsburgh is also very up and down.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh, cold weather at home, that is tough to kind of go against.
Right.
And the Dolphins are famously not great in cold weather.
Right, other than last week. So,
yeah.
They mentioned that a few times that Tua had like his first win in under 40-degree weather or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he could do it twice. So I'm going Pittsburgh, but I have respect on Miami because Miami is my upset pick.
Oh, okay.
They are my upset pick because, I don't have any confidence in Pittsburgh. Let's be honest, they're not a team you can really be all that confident in. Joe agrees with us. Oh, wait a minute. What did you pick, 23-17?
Yes.
Joe has Pittsburgh 23-17.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Al, are you back?
I am back.
Okay.
And I have heat. Let the listeners know I have heat.
Very nice. I'm glad you have heat.
I've been seeing my breath for most of this podcast. We're cooking now, guys.
Did you have anything to add for the Dallas-Minnesota game?
Just that the reason I gave the score I gave is because Dallas's offense is good enough to put up 35 against almost anybody in this league, and their defense is bad enough to give up 24 points to J.J. McCarthy.
Right, so you don't fully buy into last week's Minnesota drubbing of Washington.
Not even close. Not even close. The Commanders are too bad to give anybody beating them too much credit.
Okay. All right. And your thoughts on the Miami? Just so you know, I picked Pittsburgh. Joe picked Pittsburgh. Brandon took Miami, and I made Miami my upset pick for this week.
Right. That all makes sense. This is a tough one to pick. I am going home team, and it's as simple as that. You know my feelings about Pittsburgh. I can't figure them out. So me picking Pittsburgh probably means that Miami's going to win. But I'm doing it because they're the home team. I have no real solid thoughts on this game. I really don't. It looks like Devon Achane is not too bad off after his getting knocked out of that game last week. It sounds like he's got a decent chance to play this week, which is huge. I do like their backup Jalen Wright, so I don't think it's a massive downgrade, but Achane's one of the best running backs in football right now, so it would hurt them a little bit for sure. So if he is himself, I could definitely see the Dolphins winning this game. No doubt about it. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But I'm taking Pittsburgh 24-20. And I think there's a real chance, though, that both teams, Pittsburgh and the Ravens, lose their games this week. We have the Steelers leading the division at 7-7 and the Ravens behind them at 6-8, which would be crazy.
Yep. And that's probably, that's a real chance that could happen. Okay,
So yeah,
that is week 15, the preview.
we did it.
Nice.
Let's bang out our power rankings and we can get out of here.
Awesome.
We are running a little long, to be honest. All right. I usually go first, so I'm just going to bang them out here. Well, we go our number 5 teams and then 4 or 3. Okay. So my number 5 team is a team that was just on the outside looking in last week. They were my number 6 team, and that is the Green Bay Packers are my number 5 team. And Joe,
who dropped? Who did somebody drop out to make room for them, Craig?
yeah, Chicago.
Okay, right on.
I even said that if they beat Chicago, they're going to take Chicago's place in the rankings.
Yep, makes perfect sense.
And Joe's number 5 team is also Green Bay, and they stay right where they were. They were number 5 last week for him as well.
Right on.
All right. So
You want to jump in? Did you do power rankings, Brandon?
I didn't, but I can give you some off the cuff here. It's you guys do top 5, right?
we do top
Yes.
5. I'll go, and then you can jump in whenever you get it done.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
give you a little breather to figure something out while I talk about mine. Perfect, Craig.
Sure.
So yeah, it's funny because I'm the exact same thing as you, Craig, with number 5. The Green Bay was my number 6. They beat the Bears. We kind of chuckled about how we had the Bears at number 5, but both picked the Packers in that game, and we were right. And the Packers are now in our top 5. They are my number 5 as well. Bears are out.
Wow, that's 3. All 3 of us.
It's rare that we all 3 of us line up in any one slot. So it's kind of cool that happened right off the bat this week.
Brandon, I know you're working on them. Work from the bottom up. And if you have been working from the bottom up, did you decide on a number 5 team yet?
Yeah, my number 5 is going to be Seattle.
Right
I think
on.
they're playing well, but I think that there are a few teams ahead of them right now.
Right on. That's absolutely fair.
Okay. All right. My number 4 team is a team that just keeps winning and won, 10 in a row? And that is the Denver Broncos. They were my number 4, and last week they were my number 3, and now they're my number 4, and even though they won in a good way, there's just a team that I had to put it back ahead of them, and it dropped them to number 4.
Right on.
Joe's number 4 is Seattle. Just like Brandon just said, his number 5 was Seattle. Joe's number 4 is Seattle. Al, your number 4.
Well, so far, me and Joe, right there. Seattle is my number 4. They were my number 4 last week. They remain number 4 this week.
I am basically in lockstep with you guys with these 2 teams. I am Denver number 4.
Nice. Okay, my number 3. Last week, after coming off that Carolina loss, I dropped the Rams all the way to number 5. And this is the team that jumped Denver. I put them now over Denver, and they moved up to number 3 after the win last week, and they are climbing back to number 1 fast. If they continue to win, possibly win out or whatever, by the end of the year, they'll probably be back in my number 1 spot. But right now, they're number 3. And Joe's number 3 is another one of the teams we've been talking about, and that's Denver. It's Joe's number 3.
Right on. All right. Well, my number 3 last week was the Rams. They won. New England was on a bye. New England drops to number 3.
I also had New England as my number 3 team.
Right on.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, my number 2 team is the Seattle Seahawks. I know you guys had them a little lower, but they're playing so well. I think I had to put them ahead of the Rams just because the Rams lost to Carolina a couple weeks ago. Seattle's on a roll, and that defense is playing so well. So Seattle is my number 2 team. Joe's number 2 team is yours. Number 3 is New England.
Okay. All right. And my Wait, my number 2 is the Rams after they came back and just dusted their opponent this week. I mean, they just came off the worst loss of their season and just crushed, absolutely crushed. So, I mean, I think they're a hell of a team. I really do. They might be the best team in football, but, coming off of a loss to the Panthers 2 weeks ago, I can't have them at number 1. So they are my number 2.
All right.
All right, my number 2 team. They're not up there in record yet, but I think the Buffalo Bills are playing some of the best football, so they're my number 2 team.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
That's a good one because, I'm keeping them out because of record, but you can make a really good case for that. You really can. That's absolutely.
And when they're playing their best, they're as good as anybody.
Yeah.
All right, so that leaves my number 1 team as the same number 1 team as last week, which is New England. Even though they didn't play, they were on a bye. I see no reason to. If the Rams had been winning right along, they would be in my number 1, or possibly I thought about moving Seattle to number 1, but I didn't think they were quite there yet. I just couldn't come up with a good enough reason to drop them out of number 1 because they were number 1 last week for me. So I just left them there. New England is my number 1.
Right on, right on. What about Joe?
He's back on the Rams. He has the Rams number 1.
Right on. I get that. I do. For me, it is Denver. And I am obviously higher on Denver than everybody else that's doing this.
Nice. I like that.
Yep.
Here's the thing for me. There are 2 teams in the league that have won 10 games in a row. The Patriots and the Denver Broncos. One was on a bye, and one won this week. That's Denver. Plus, the Broncos have played a decent amount more of good teams than the Patriots have. So to me, I got to make it Denver, number 1.
They were number 1 last week for you, too.
Yep.
I'm with Joe. Number 1 for me is the Rams.
That is a valid number 1 for sure.
No doubt.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so those are our top 5 power rankings. I always do a YouTube video short with my top 5 after this gets published. So if anybody wants to check that out, that's cool. Or if you don't check out this podcast, you check out the first one and you want to see the rankings, whatever. I always do that on Thursday usually, or Thursday, or sometimes I even wait after the game on Thursday and go and do it on Friday, but whatever. Anyway, we did it. We're all set. We did week 15. We did the power rankings. Anything more to add for any of this, any football stuff you want to add before we sign off?
On my end, I would say welcome to Brandon. This was awesome having you in. I enjoyed your episode in the preseason, and it was nice doing one with you too. And other than that, man, no, I can't wait to see how these games pan out this week. It's been a hell of a year in football.
Yeah,
It's definitely getting good. Playoff time here, right around the corner. Thank you guys for having me in. It's been fun. I'm sure we'll do it again. But I had a blast. Great time.
Perfect. Yeah. Can't wait for these 4:00 games. The 4:00 window is amazing.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Appointment television. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, I'm going to